Welcome back, everybody, to Kleschka Picks, week number 10. We are on double digits, and I am sorry. I have missed a few weeks of Kleschka Picks. That's because life got good. So week 8 and week 9, I am sorry. I apologize. Hey everybody, before we get started, please help me achieve a goal of getting to 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I believe in all of you. I think we can do it. No problem. I got this. You got this. We all got this, baby. And let's continue with Kleschka Picks. Let's start with the Thursday game, a division matchup. Big rivals, Bengals and Ravens. They both dominated their opponents last week, both getting big, high-scoring numbers, and both put up 41 points. The Ravens are obviously one of the best offenses in football with the duo of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. And Joe Burrow, many people forgot that he can be one of the top 5 QBs in this game before his injury. And now he's starting to prove that again, but going up against this tough opponent, Baltimore, it's going to be a challenge. He has faced them once already, and he did compete against them. Will he do it again is the question. I don't think so. I think this Ravens offense is way too strong, and I think the O-line of the Bengals is what's going to let down Joe Burrow. So give me Baltimore winning this one 30-24. This might be the quickest we've ever had a mid-matchup of the week, which means we are just going to briefly talk about it, get right to the point. It's Giants and Panthers, okay? 27-20, I got Giants winning. Hey, congrats on Bryce Young picking up a win, though. I will say that. 49ers and Buccaneers. The Buccaneers battled, took the Chiefs to overtime, but once that coin toss was decided for the Chiefs, Baker Mayfield knew it was over, and they ended up losing. Then you got the 49ers who are on a bye week, which is huge for them because they have a ton of injuries on their team, so getting that week of rest, getting that time to allow their players to recover is huge. And the Niners have also been similar to the Chiefs, where they've not been playing to their top level, but it makes sense for the Niners due to all the banged up players. I think this week they will be fine. They've been able to fight even though they have these injured guys. I think Baker Mayfield will do what he's done every week, keep them close in the game, but in the end, I think it turns the way of the 49ers. I think their defense is strong enough to shut down Baker Mayfield and the Bucs, and I think the offense will be fine. I think the Niners win this one 31-27. Steelers and Commanders. The Steelers were on a bye week last week. They will be running it back with Russell Wilson, which has worked so far, and the Commanders, they have looked good all season. Jaden Daniels has easily looked like the best rookie out of his class, and I think that will continue this week. I think it continues to display he is ready to play at the NFL level, and even though Pittsburgh is definitely going to be a challenge with a tough defense and Russell Wilson leading that offense pretty dang good, I think the Commanders have everything firing. Offense, defense, all aspects of the game are clicking, and I think they are just going to be able to offensively outperform the Steelers, and I think we got the Commanders winning this one 28-24. Patriots and Bears. The Bears performed very poorly last week against the Cardinals. They lost that game, and so did the Patriots. However, they took it to overtime. Drake May had a crazy, amazing play to even force overtime, but they ended up losing anyways. I do think ever since Drake May took over for the Patriots, it has looked better than Jacoby Brissett at the helm, and I think Caleb Williams is just going to face struggle after struggle after struggle, and it's not going to be on the upward trend. I feel bad because I am rooting for Caleb Williams. I want to see him succeed, but man, the NFL is a whole different monster than college football, and I think Drake May has adjusted better. I think he has more confidence rolling right now, and I think we are going to see the Patriots pick up the win 23-20. Bills and Colts. Both of these teams played close, hard-fought games. The Colts ended up losing to the Vikings. The Bills ended up beating the Dolphins. It was a late game win for them there on a long field goal to send it to victory, and I think the Colts are so stuck trying to figure out Joe Flacco and Anthony Richardson, and with the hotness of Buffalo and Josh Allen and their offense, that is going to be too much for them to stop. They are on a roll. They have really figured it out right now, and I think we are going to see that proven this week against Indy. So give me the Bills beating the Colts 33-24. Vikings and Jaguars. The Jags, they lost to the Eagles. It was a close one. They could have lost that game by a lot more. It was mainly due to screw-ups on Philadelphia's part. And then we have the Vikings, who ended up getting the win, just barely hanging on. And I don't think that'll be the case this week. It is another sad season, one to forget for Jacksonville. And Minnesota having this great redemption with Sam Darnold right now. They thought they were doomed after J.J. McCarthy got the season-ending injury, but that has been quite the opposite. They have been rolling. The offenses look very good, and it has allowed Justin Jefferson to shine with how much everybody is succeeding, and I think he's going to be a huge weapon here against the Jags. I think that offense is going to go crazy, and I think Minnesota wins 31-20. Broncos and Chiefs. The Chiefs won in overtime, but I got to admit, and I think everybody else will agree, Patrick Mahomes has not been himself this year. I know, shocking. He's not up there in the MVP conversation. He's been kind of mid throughout all this. Even though the Chiefs are undefeated, maybe things swing their way every once in a while, if we're being honest. It just seems like the Chiefs will always find a way. And the Broncos, they were absolutely bullied by Baltimore last weekend. And you'd think I'd say that about the Chiefs this week, gonna go in there and bully Denver. But no, I actually think this one will be somewhat close because it seems like no matter who Mahomes plays, he struggles. It's not the Mahomes we're used to seeing, but I do think we will see what we always see, the Chiefs somehow finding out a way to win. It's Mahomes magic, man. Against a team like Denver, he will not end up taking the L in this one, if you ask me. I think the Chiefs win just barely, because that's how it seems like all their games are going. 24-17. Falcons and Saints. The Falcons, they beat the Cowboys last week. Saints, they lost to the Panthers, man. Oh, that is not something you want to happen. It got their head coach fired. And this week, I think the Saints are definitely going to be on the losing end again. Just lost their head coach. That is going to be something that affects the mentality of everybody in that locker room, seeing all the changes that are going on, already struggling with the offense as it is. And Atlanta, who has been impressive, their offense led by Kirk Cousins has stepped up. He has truly been the captain to change this team around and make them look better with all that young talent in their skill positions. And I think he's going to lead them to victory this weekend. I think the Falcons beat the Saints 27-20. Chargers and Titans. The Titans won against the Patriots last week, and we have the Chargers beating the Browns, which is really no task at all. It is one of the easiest teams to beat in the NFL, if we're being honest. Going through one of the roughest stretches as a fan, if we're also being honest. And I think the Chargers have found this groove. Their offense has been looking good the past couple weeks. Justin Herbert, even though he's a little banged up, has been fighting through it. And they go up against another opponent that's on the weaker end of teams in Tennessee. They are selling ship. They are trading players. They know this is kind of a throwaway season and it's better luck next year. I think the Chargers will have no problem beating the Titans. I clearly think they are above them a couple rankings. And I think the Chargers will beat Tennessee 27-17. Jets and Cardinals. The Cardinals took care of the Bears last weekend, no problem. And then we have the Jets, who got a win with Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams for the first time. They also connected for a touchdown for the first time. And Garrett Wilson made one of the craziest catches of this decade. My goodness, it is going to be remembered forever. It's like Odell. It's not Odell, but it's close enough, man. Odell is still a better catch, if you ask me. Why don't y'all leave a comment? Whose was better, Garrett Wilson or Odell Beckham? We'll give the Jets a little bit of confidence picking up that win against a good team in the Texans. That is huge. However, I like how the Cardinals offense has been running all season. It has been very balanced and it can really tear your defense apart if you do not stop it early. And I don't think that'll be the case. I think the Jets return to form. Jets are gonna jet. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna make mistakes in this, and I think we are gonna see the Cardinals offense use speed and a lot of running to defeat the Jets. I think Arizona wins this one 24-20. Eagles and Cowboys. Cowboys lost the game last week against the Falcons, and Dak admitted that the team sucks. Yeah, they caught him on camera saying that. And then you got the Eagles, who beat the Jags, and Saquon Barkley unlocked one of the nastiest hurdles I think any of us have ever seen. The ass hurdle. Has anybody ever attempted or seen the ass hurdle? I haven't. That was amazing. Saquon Barkley, amazing. And when everybody on that Eagles offense is clicking, oh my God, they are dangerous. But they can also disappear in the snap of the fingers. We've seen it happen. I think this week that will not happen. The Cowboys have just been at a low all year. They have really underperformed big time, and I think we're going to see that again. I think it is going to be a rough one because Dak Prescott is out multiple weeks with an injury, and I think that is definitely going to affect their performance. So give me the Eagles beating the Cowboys 27-13. Lions and Texans. The Lions, they went into Green Bay and showed they own that division. They took care of business, no problem. The offense looking good as usual, and they just acquired a new defensive piece in Zadarius Smith to replace, what's his name? I'm blanking right now. Aiden Hutchinson, there it is. So all around, that team's looking pretty damn good. And then the Texans, they can also perform at a very high level, but they were stopped last week. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets were able to defeat them, and we can see Houston get out of the gates hot and get really cold as the game goes on. And I think that is going to be the case this week. Detroit is looking like one of the best teams in the league right now, and I think we're going to see them and that offense continue to stay hot. I think they are going to be a Super Bowl contender. I think they take care of business, and that offense will be too much to handle for Houston. So give me Detroit winning 30-23. Dolphins and Rams. The Dolphins played very good against the Bills, but they did take the L, and the Rams, they beat my Seahawks on an overtime touchdown. I was not happy about that at all. This week, I think the Rams have one of the most underrated offenses in the game. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, and their defense keeps them in games. It allows them to battle. And the Dolphins, they were looking at the sky. Hopes on the rise with Tua coming back. And things have been better, but they have not been the best. They can still get better, if you ask me. He is not making as much use of Tyreek Hill as he could. We've seen him go crazy with Tyreek plenty of times, and I think Tua is still out there kind of afraid. I mean, I would be too, man, after all those concussions, and we have not seen him get back to the potential we know he can play at, and I think that is going to get affected this week. I think the Rams offense is going to fire against the Dolphins defense. I don't think it is one of the top tier defenses. I think it'll be able to get sliced through by the receivers of Los Angeles along with Kyron Williams, and I think the offense will be too much to handle. I don't think Tua will be able to keep up till the end, and I think the Rams win this one 30-20. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please help me to hit that goal of 250,000 subscribers before the end of the year. We can do it. I got this. You got this. We all got this. Subscribe, share it with your friends and family, like the video, and I will see you next time.